Maybe you're living a life that, deep down, wasn't truly meant for you. You go to work, you laugh, you try your best, but inside, it feels like you're living someone else's life. You know what? Sometimes you have to risk it all to chase a dream that only you can see. This video isn't for everyone. It's for those who are tired of playing a role written by others and are finally ready to live their own truth. Mantelpiece clock, these first 30 seconds could shape the next 30 years of your life. Don't click away. Don't miss this moment. Chapter 1. You were born to design, not just survive. 1. There's a difference between alive and truly living. Most people are simply alive. They go through their day-to-day routines. They get up, eat, work, scroll through social media, and fall asleep, only to repeat it the next day. It's like living on autopilot, like reading a script that's already written for you. And while you may feel like you're surviving, you aren't truly living. There's a big difference between existing and actually embracing life. You weren't meant to just exist in this world. Your purpose is to create, to build, to design a life that reflects your true essence. You're meant to leave a mark, to make an impact, and to create a life that's authentic to who you are. 2. Life is not a linear path, it's a design. For years, society has conditioned us to follow a set checklist to success. Get good grades, find a stable job, save for retirement, wait for freedom when you're 60, and so on. But here's the truth. Life is not a straight path. It's not a linear journey. You could design it any way you want. You have the power to think beyond the limits of traditional expectations. Your life can be like a masterpiece of art, full of vibrant colors, unexpected twists, and beautiful compositions. You're not a passenger in your life. You're the creator. It's up to you to determine the rules, the rhythms, and the direction of your life. 3. Designing means questioning everything. Once you start questioning the status quo, you begin to awaken to your potential. Ask yourself, why do I do this job? Why am I chasing this title? Is this version of success really mine? Or is it someone else's idea of success? Asking these questions isn't a sign of weakness or confusion. It's a sign that you're waking up. The moment you begin to question, you give yourself permission to dream, to redesign, and to create a life that reflects your true purpose. Chapter 2. Why most people never escape the safe cage. 1. Because comfort feels safer than freedom. The invisible cage is the most dangerous prison. It's not the obvious kind, bars and locks. It's the kind that feels safe, comfortable, and predictable. You wake up, go to work, do your job, go home, and repeat. You get the paycheck, but the soul gets drained. The reason most people stay in this cage is that it's familiar and predictable. It doesn't hurt immediately. The trap is set with comfort, and that comfort is what keeps them stuck. But the truth is that comfort slowly suffocates your dreams, your growth, and your potential. 2. Because fear is disguised as logic. How many times have you told yourself, now's not the time? What if I fail? I'll wait until I'm ready. But those are just excuses. Fear is dressed up as logic, making you believe that you need to wait for the perfect moment to act. The truth is, you'll never feel completely ready. Courage doesn't come before action. It comes after you take the leap. The first step is always the hardest, but it's the only one that will lead you to freedom. 3. Because society rewards obedience, not bravery. Society rewards those who follow the rules, who fit into boxes, and who meet expectations. We get praise for being good employees, for staying within the lines, for doing what we're told. But this is not the kind of life you were meant to live. To create a life that truly reflects you, you must rebel, not necessarily in a loud way, but with quiet courage. Courage that says, this path doesn't feel right, so I'm going to carve my own way. Chapter 3. The first step, dare to ask what if. 1. Every revolution starts with a question. The most powerful thing you can ask yourself is, what if? What if I quit this job? What if I moved to a new city? What if I stopped people-pleasing and started living for myself? What if I followed what lights me up? The question, what if, is small, but it opens up the door to possibility. It cracks the walls of your comfort zone and invites you to explore new opportunities. It may not give you all the answers, but but it's the spark that ignites change. 2. The power of possibility, the pain of regret. Most people fear taking risks. They're scared of what might go wrong, but what's far more dangerous than risk is regret. Regret of never having tried. Regret of living someone else's life. Regret of never having chased what you really wanted. Risk might lead to failure, but it also opens up the possibility of success. The what if is the key to unlocking your true potential because it represents both the possibility of failure and the chance of greatness. 3. You don't need to see the whole map, just the next step. Don't worry about having everything figured out. Life isn't about having a full roadmap ahead of you. It's about taking the first step. You don't need to see the entire journey. Start by asking questions, listening to your heart, and moving forward, even just a little bit. The rest will unfold as you keep walking, one step at a time. These expansions add more depth to the ideas introduced in each section, helping guide the reader through a journey of self-discovery and awakening. Let me know if you'd like to continue expanding the other chapters or focus on any particular one. Chapter 4. The Rule of Invisible Systems. Breaking out of the cage you can't see. 1. You can't escape from a cage you don't know exists. One of the most dangerous prisons is the one you don't even know exists. We often feel stuck in life, exhausted, as if we're running endlessly without ever getting closer to our goals. But this isn't due to a lack of effort or intelligence. It's because we're unknowingly trapped in invisible systems, beliefs, cultural norms, and societal expectations. The rules you follow are not natural laws. They are systems created and passed down by society. And if you're not aware of them, you can't change the course of your life. Recognizing the existence of these invisible systems is the first step to escaping the cage you can't see. 2. See the system, then question it. Once you realize you're living within a system, you begin to question the things around you. Why do I have to work from 9 to 5? Why do I believe that success must come with exhaustion? Who defines what is normal or acceptable? Most of the systems we follow have never been questioned. When you clearly see the system, you gain the power to rewrite your own rules. 3. Breaking invisible rules doesn't mean destroying everything. Breaking invisible rules doesn't mean rebelling against everything around you. It's not a loud revolution or destruction of all that exists. It simply means making conscious choices. You can still live in society, still be part of a family or a company, but you walk your own path with clarity and intention instead of merely following a script written by others. Freedom doesn't mean escaping everything. It means owning your choices within it all. 4. Build a new system or join one that liberates. Once you become aware of the invisible systems, you have 2 choices. Build a new system that aligns with your values. Find a community or environment where freedom is respected. You are not alone on this journey. Every day, many people are rewriting systems in work, education, and lifestyle. Your community is out there, but first, you must have the courage to realize you're in a cage. Chapter 5. The Inner Compass. How to stop chasing what's not yours. 1. You've been trained to want what others want. Since you were a child, you were taught that success means getting good grades, landing a stable job, buying a house, and owning a car. But is that truly what you want? Or is it a dream planted in you by others? You live in a world of constant comparison. Social media, family expectations, and cultural standards all shape your desires. But when you chase a goal that isn't truly yours, even if you achieve it, that victory often feels hollow. 2. The inner compass is always there. You just need to listen. There's a voice inside you that knows exactly what you want. This voice is quiet and easily drowned out by the noise around you, but it speaks through subtle signals. What gives you energy and makes you feel alive? What makes time fly without you noticing? What would you do even if no one applauded? Listening to this inner guidance is an act of courage, but it's also the beginning of peace and clarity in your life. 3. Desire isn't a sin, it's a signpost. Many of us grew up feeling guilty for wanting something different. But desire, when examined with awareness, is not a sin. It's a signpost pointing to what your soul needs to grow. Follow your desires consciously, Question them. See where they lead. They may not take you down the traditional path, but they will always lead you back to yourself. 4. Stop chasing, start attracting. When you live in alignment with your true desires, you stop chasing anything. You become a magnet, attracting the right opportunities, people, and experiences into your life. You don't have to hunt. You create. You attract. You become a lighthouse, not a lost ship at sea. Chapter 6. From Doing to Being. The shift that changes everything. 1. You are not what you do. You are who you are. We often define ourselves by our jobs, roles, or accomplishments. I'm a manager. I'm a mother. I'm successful. But what happens if those things are taken away? Your existence goes far beyond your actions. It's the quiet presence you bring, even when you're not producing anything. You are not what you do. You are who you are. 2. The world is addicted to hustle, but hustle isn't the whole truth. The world glorifies being busy and treats rest like laziness. But constant hustle doesn't lead to fulfillment. It leads to burnout. When you shift from doing to being, you become more intentional. Your actions carry depth. You feel grounded instead of rushed. 3. Do from being, not from fear. When you act from fear, fear of missing out, fear of falling behind, your work becomes frantic. But when you act from your essence, your work gains clarity. Doing from being means creating out of love, not a need to prove yourself. Serving because it's your calling, not your obligation. Living fully, not just performing for others. 4. Being is the foundation. Doing is the expression. Don't stop doing, just let it come from a deeper place. Your identity is not your to-do list. It is your energy, your essence, your awareness. In the end, who you are will shape what you do, not the other way around. Chapter 7. The Power of No. Why your yes must be meaningful. 1. The Freedom Indiana saying no. We live in a society where yes is seen as a sign of cooperation, friendliness, and success. However, saying yes too often can make you feel controlled and exhausted. You can't be everything to everyone. Saying no is not rejection or disrespect. It's a way to keep your energy focused on what truly matters. It's how you protect yourself from burnout and take control of your life. When you learn to say no, you allow yourself the space to say yes to things that truly matter. 2. No is a complete sentence. You don't need to explain yourself when you say no. No is a complete sentence and clear enough. Over-explaining can make you feel guilty, but you don't have to feel that way. When you say no from a place of self-respect, you show that you know what you want and what you don't. Remember, you don't have to please everyone. If you can't say no, you'll never have time to do the things that matter to you. 3. The cost of a yes you don't mean. When you say yes without truly wanting to, you're paying the price with lack of focus, dissatisfaction, and exhaustion. Every yes that doesn't align with your values and priorities drains your energy and freedom. Blindly saying yes not only wastes your time, but also reduces your ability to focus on what truly matters. Think carefully about every yes you say and make sure it truly reflects your values. 4. Saying no to others is saying yes to yourself. When you say no to an invitation, request, or commitment that you can't or don't want to fulfill, you're saying yes to yourself. You're protecting your space and time to focus on what truly matters. Each time you turn down something that isn't for you, you are saying yes to self-care, focus, and freedom. Learning to say no is a way to live a life of intention and meaning. Chapter 8. The Art of Stillness. Why silence is your greatest tool. 1. The power of stillness in a noisy world. We live in a noisy world where busyness and constant information grab our attention. In such a society, seeking quiet can become an act of rebellion. Stillness is not just the absence of noise. It is a space where you can connect with yourself, hear your thoughts and feelings more clearly. In stillness, you find answers that noise can't provide. This is the time to regain balance and clarity. 2. Silence reveals what you've been ignoring. When you allow yourself a space of quiet, you'll notice things you've been ignoring in this fast-paced life. Unprocessed emotions, unspoken desires, and decisions you haven't fully thought through. Silence opens a space where you can confront what remains unresolved within you. This is an opportunity to clear your mind, reflect on what really matters, and listen to what you need to change. 3. Silence is not empty. It is full of potential. Many people think silence is emptiness, but in reality, it's a space full of potential. In silence, you can create, reflect, and grow. Nothing can bloom without space for the seed to grow. Silence creates room for new ideas, new relationships, and new opportunities. Silence is where creativity and innovation can blossom, and it is a powerful tool to help you find new approaches in work and life. 4. Learning to be comfortable with stillness. Many people feel uncomfortable in silence because they don't know what to do with their free time. However, stillness is a skill that needs to be practiced. Start with small moments, like a few minutes of meditation in the morning or an afternoon without phones or electronic devices. These moments help you learn to stay with yourself and find peace in stillness. Connecting with stillness, it can reduce stress, improve focus, and enhance your ability to make sound decisions. Chapter 9. The Dance of Flow. How to align with your true purpose. 1. Flow is not a luxury. It is a necessity. The flow state. The state where you are completely immersed in your work and everything happens naturally, is not a luxury or something rare. It is a state you can achieve when you do what you love and when you act from your true values. We think that we need to work nonstop to succeed, but in reality, when you are in flow, you can achieve better results without forcing yourself into a busy framework. Flow not only helps you work more efficiently, but also gives you a sense of joy and deep satisfaction. 2. Aligning with your purpose creates flow. When you're clear about your goals and values, you automatically align with the flow of life. You don't struggle with life to achieve your goals. You are naturally pushed forward by the flow of the universe. Flow only happens when you truly live in alignment with yourself, when you do things that are meaningful to you, when you act from a place of clear purpose. You feel as though everything is supporting you, and you become incredibly creative and effective. 3. The joy of being in flow. The flow state brings joy, not because you achieve a specific outcome, but because you are enjoying the journey itself. When you live in this flow, you experience satisfaction not from external success, but for being your true self. Everything becomes easy, natural, and you no longer have to try so hard. You become wise, strong, and more influential than ever before. Chapter 10. The Mirror Within. Seeing yourself clearly. 1. You cannot heal what you will not face. Many of us avoid looking within because we fear facing the darkness, old wounds, and parts of ourselves we don't want to confront. But the truth is, you cannot heal if you do not dare to face it. The courageous act of looking at yourself, both the light and the dark, is the first step towards freedom. When you see yourself clearly, you're no longer controlled by fear or unconscious behavior. You begin to understand why you react the way you do, why you feel inadequate, and you start to forgive, starting with yourself. 2. Self-awareness is the first step to power. When you have the ability to observe yourself without judgment, you are stepping into a state of inner strength. Self-awareness is not criticism, but light shining on your mind. You start to notice recurring behavioral patterns, limiting beliefs, and begin to ask, does this still serve me? From there, you can choose a new way of living, not based on old survival instincts, but on awareness and intentionality. 3. The mirror never lies. The outside world always reflects your inner state. Relationships, work, emotions, everything is a mirror. If you keep encountering the same issue, it's not a coincidence. It's an invitation for you to look within. When you change inside, the outside world changes with you. You don't need to control others or situations. You just need to change yourself. The mirror will reflect the new you. Chapter 11. Letting go to receive. The art of surrender. 1. Holding on is draining you. What are you holding on to? A relationship that no longer fits? A job that no longer inspires you? An An old pain that you think you can't let go of? Holding on doesn't make you stronger, it only drains you. Letting go is not a failure. It is a courageous act of someone who believes in themselves and in life. 2. Surrender is not giving up, it's opening up. Letting go does not mean giving up. It means opening up. When you stop controlling, you allow better things to come to you. Many things you're asking for may already be ready to come, but the door remains closed because you haven't released the past. When you let go, you create space for the new. You allow the wisdom of the universe to work instead of trying to control everything from your anxious mind. 3. Trust is a muscle. Train it. Trusting the process of life is a skill. Every time you let go and witness that everything is still okay, even better, you're building the muscle of trust. You don't need to know all the answers or see the whole picture. Take one step at a time, trust the next step, and let life surprise you. Chapter 12. The Inner Home. Building a place that no one can take away. 1. Finding home within yourself. We often seek the feeling of home in places, in people, or in social status. But all these things can change or disappear. The only home you will never lose is yourself. Learning to return to yourself, to find peace within, is the way to never feel lost again, no matter where you are or who you are with. 2. You are your own safe place. Don't wait for someone to come and save you. Don't wait for something to happen before you feel whole. Become the safest place for yourself. When you embrace yourself with love and acceptance, you no longer seek love as something you need to win, but as something you radiate from within. 3. Peace is an inside job. Peace doesn't come from controlling the world around you. It comes from choosing not to let the world around you control you. Sit down, close your eyes, and turn inward. There, you will find a place that no one can touch, where you belong, where you are whole, and where all the answers are already within you. There are people who spend their whole lives waiting for the perfect moment to begin, but then they realize that moment never comes. You, on the other hand, you don't have to wait anymore. You don't need certainty. You just need to be sure about one single moment, because sometimes just one decision can rewrite your entire life story. And if today your heart is beating a little faster, if something in this video is waking something up inside you, then don't let it pass like a fleeting breeze. Let it become a lighthouse. You don't need more inspiration. You just need to act. Back and index pointing right, and deep down, you know that. The question isn't can you? It's will you? If not today, then when? If not you, then who? If you're ready to break free from the old life, hit like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs it. Because this isn't just a video. This is your new life just beginning.